So in today's video, I'm finally going to show how I do my Demonology opener. I want to make it clear that I'm not the be-all end-all. There are definitely other ways to do it. This is just how I do it in my current raid settings. So let's get to it. I'm going to first show what I do, and then later on in the video, I'm going to break down each part and why I do it, for those who want to know. But for those who just want to see what I do, this is what I do. Shadow Bolt, Soul Rot, Felguard, Vile Fiend, Shadow Bolt to 5, Hand of Gul'dan, Soul Letting Ruby, build to 3 again, Hand of Gul'dan, Dogs, and then Felguard. And you'll see that the Soul Letting Ruby just reached, and I also Demonic Strength right as I Felguard because I want the 15% damage increase for that Felguard Demonic Strength. But yeah, that is my simple opener. And you can pause now if you want to see a clear picture of what it is for my opener. So now that I explained the opener, you might want to ask why I precast 2 Shadow Bolts rather than 1 Demon Bolt. There are 2 schools of thought really when you're opening for the raid boss. If you're casting Demon Bolt, you want to cast it at around 4 to 5 seconds because the Demon Bolt itself has travel time. So at 4 seconds of the timer, if you cast it, it will reach it and you won't pull early. If you Shadow Bolt, you want to do it at around 2 to 3 seconds. There is a bug where it won't actually give you the Shadow Bolt. However, for the purposes of why you're doing Shadow Bolt, it is still viable. So the reason why I cast 2 Shadow Bolts rather than 1 Demon Bolt for my opener is because of the Demonic Calling passive. If you think about it, 2 Shadow Bolts will give you a higher chance, basically 1 more chance, to get your Call Dreadstalkers proc rather than the Demon Bolt, which of course you really want if you want a smooth opener, because if not, then you'll be forced to cast 2 more Shadow Bolts to get to your dogs because you need your dogs in your Tyrant. Another thing you might be wondering is why you cast Soul Rot right away after casting your 2 Shadow Bolts. So of course, you get a ton of mastery, which of course you want on your Tyrant. But that mastery lasts for actually 30 seconds, and if you do your Tyrant setup right, it should still be up for 15-ish seconds by the time you cast your Tyrant, which is perfect. But another thing that people tend to not really see is that Grove Invigoration actually increases your maximum HP. And if you didn't know, your pet's HP, including your dogs, including your imps, including your Vile Fiend, scale off of your HP. So the higher your HP is, the higher your demonic consumption will be, which means you definitely want Soul Rot and therefore Grove Invigoration applied to every single one of your demons while you're casting your Tyrant. After you've cast your 2 Shadow Bolts and your Soul Rot, I tend to cast my Felguard next and then my Vile Fiend. The reason why I do it in this order is because my Felguard lasts for 17 seconds while my Vile Fiend lasts for 15. And you want to get those 2 casts out of the way first rather than wasting time on Hand of Gul'dan, because by the time you use the Hand of Gul'dan and then build up to 5 shards again, those imps that you want in your Tyrant will already be dead, and then it's like kind of like a waste of time. And also, since the best legendary to go is Wilfred's, you want to get your Tyrant out kind of as soon as possible to get this get this legendary working as soon as possible. Therefore, you'll get more Tyrants out throughout the raid fight. But yes, you cast Felguard first and then Vile Fiend. Technically, you would want to cast Call Dreadstalkers next after that because it is the lowest, it has lowest life cooldown. However, because of Demonic Calling, it changes it up a little bit, and you're actually fishing for that insta cast. You want to cast Hand of Gul'dan twice with a Shadow Bolt in between it to get those 6 imps out with your Felguard and Vile Fiend and Dreadstalkers. But yeah, that's my opener for Demonology Warlocks on raid pre-polls. If you have any questions, I hopefully can answer them, but I just wanted to, make sure that anyone that had any questions, because I know for me, when I first was learning Demonology, it was really confusing and there weren't a lot of people telling you what to do. And the difference between not knowing an opener versus knowing an opener is literally your whole combo. And that's the whole thing about Demonology. But yeah, I just want to make it clear again that I am not the be-all end-all guide for Demonology Warlocks. I am definitely not the best. But I just want to help at least one person learn something new about the spec. Thanks for watching!